When we hear the word bravery, we often think of courageous men and women who have done something extraordinary or something so beyond our typical day-to-day actions that we cease to compare ourselves to them or view them as average human beings. What is your image of bravery? A superhero who can stop a moving train with his bare hands or saves humanity from an alien invasion? Or maybe a fictional character on TV who rushes to save the day. The media sometimes portrays bravery through all sorts of unique means. But what people do not often realize is that bravery is not a characteristic only certain people have. It does not take a particular type of person to show courage. Anyone can do it and should do it, as being brave in even the simplest ways can yield big results. Omar N. Bradley says, bravery is the capacity to perform properly even when scared half to death. Many people have different fears, ranging from heights to snakes, or even from being alone or getting up in the morning. But whatever it is, it takes a lot of courage to overcome that moment of doubt, meet that fear, and be brave enough to overcome it. One of the most important steps to take towards being brave is making sure that you recognize and identify your fears. You need to figure out what makes your heart stop, what makes you sweat, and what brings you anxiety. Creating a list of things that you think you will never be able to do in your life, or things that you are scared of, or things that you know that you'll never want to do because it makes you too nervous, is a great way to start and a great way to recognize these fears and maybe figure out your triggers or why they scare you. Gay Norton Elderman from FamilyCircle.com says, people tend to push the feelings of fear away, which doesn't work, at least not for long. Instead, embrace it and feel it. Fear is a healthy survival response. You can't shut it off, but you can bring it under control and work towards overcoming it. When you get the jolt telling you that something's dangerous, that is your cue to evaluate the situation. Are you really in trouble, or is your head playing tricks on you? Then you decide where to go from there. Bravery is doing something despite being afraid. It doesn't matter how big or small the action is, anyone can do it. Another call to action that you should take towards being bravery is it's important that you remain confident, but not too confident. According to skillsyouneed.com, confidence gives us the power to act on our convictions, have faith in ourselves and in others, and take action. Overconfidence, however, means that we may be too ready to take action and to take unnecessary risks. Overconfidence is harder to identify than fear because it's a very positive feeling. Confidence feels good, and so does overconfidence. We don't feel afraid because we have not properly evaluated the risk. Another important step towards being brave is to simply practice bravery every day. This could be from accepting uncertainty, choosing to help people around you. It seems like actions that depict heroism and bravery can only happen to a specific type of people, but this is not true. There's an article written by Lauren Hansen that talks about 9 times ordinary teenagers have shown incredible acts of bravery. The first situation she describes is about a group of kids who were on their way to prom when they stopped and pulled over to help a minivan that had flipped on the highway. Hansen writes, the limo driver and the student scrambled out to help. A student climbed on top of the van, forcing the sliding door open, and reached inside to free some of the passengers. In another story, she recounts a 15-year-old boy saved 2 drunk men from drowning in the Norwalk River in Connecticut. According to Hansen, the young boy sprang into action, jumping into the inflatable raft and paddling down the river to save the 2 men from drowning, even though one began to have a seizure. Another example of someone who showed incredible bravery was Malala Yousafzai. This picture is from malala.org, and it was taken in 2014 in Nigeria, just after Malala was shot on her way to school doing her daily routine by the Taliban, who targeted her on her bus. Despite being shot, Malala continued to be a voice and an activist for women and children everywhere. She showed incredible bravery. There's another type of bravery that is often overlooked, but might actually be the most important kind of courage in the world. It is essential to society and the progress of humanity, and it is known as moral courage. According to SylviaOswald.com, as mentioned in her article, What is Moral Courage? Moral courage is the expression of personal views and values in the face of deception and rejection, and when an individual stands up to someone with power that has power over him or her for the greater good. One of the costs of being brave is that it is time-consuming. You have to actively work towards it and overcoming your fears rather than letting it be. It requires you to go out of your comfort zone, and it requires, just in general, a lot of effort. But the benefits outweigh the cost. Being brave can help you lead an easier and healthier lifestyle. Your bravery would have a positive impact on not only on your life, but on others around you, and therefore society as a whole. The theme from Maslow's hierarchy of needs that this meets is self-actualization. By being brave, you are improving your life, others around you, and the outlook you have on it. And it's also being brave can start as soon as possible. You just have to apply yourself. You can be brave anywhere and everywhere you go. The idea of bravery and having courage is unique. It is not quite as simple as it may seem, but is in fact has been a part of our lives from the very beginning. These bigger-than-life people, who we often see as an example of bravery, do show courageous and heroic characteristics, but we should remember that they are not the only ones who can and should. We can be courageous in our own simple ways that do not need to be acknowledged or praised, but in ways that can help make life a little more bearable. Thank you.